What up? It's Jimmy from odds.com. We just broke down every single game on the NFL card starring Rob Bebenek, special guest, the whale capper. If you want to watch the whole video, it is exclusively on odds.com. Just hit the link on the bottom of the screen. It will take you right there. No moves here. Let's move on to Bengals at Washington. In 44 minutes, we're going to be joined by the whale capper to break down the last three games. Cincinnati Bengals at Washington, 61 Fahrenheit, mostly cloudy, 7 miles per hour. Washington opens up as 1-point favorites. They're 2s on the board now. They're also 1.5s. This total opened up at 46. There's also a 46.5. 61 Fahrenheit, mostly cloudy, 7 miles per hour in Washington. As I said, really nice weather in the Northeast. Not right now, but in a few days, it's going to get warmer. Bengals coming off being dismantled by the Steelers, 36-10. 0-13 on third down. Lost to black and yellow for the 11th straight time. Patched together offensive line, missing 2 starters. And I didn't move on the game, but I thought that bye week was going to help them get their offensive line together. That was a mistake. This secondary also beat up, was bad. Burrow goes 21-40, 213 yards, 1 touchdown. T. Higgins led receivers with 7 catches for 115 yards. What the hell's going on with A.J. Green? Targeted 5 0 catches?
A.J. Green he's a shell of what he once was. And he was my favorite receiver in the league for a few years, but injuries have really derailed that guy's career. I don't know if it's a what's up with A.J. Green. It's fairly obvious what's up with him. His body just isn't what it used to be.
I can when I think of A.J. Green, I think of T.Y. Hilton. Are they both just done now?
I can't figure out T.Y. Hilton. T.Y. Hilton is not dealing with the laundry list of injuries that A.J. Green is. A.J. Green has an excuse. T.Y. Hilton's just disappeared. I mean, T.Y. Hilton's excuse is that he has Phillip Rivers throwing the ball, but yeah, I mean, A.J. Green, the guy's, what was it, 4 seasons in a row, he just couldn't be healthy. Different injury here, different injury there. I mean, I feel bad for A.J. Green, and I feel almost cheated as an NFL fan just because I loved watching that guy play. Healthy, that guy was incredible. And, yeah, he's just not healthy anymore.
Okay, well, let's keep rolling. But you're right. Yeah, A.J. Green's broken. By the way, C-Mac knows I'm on Akron. And they're 26-point dogs. They're tied right now. The big problem is that the whole world was on the over, so I took the under. It wasn't Noli No's best bet, but that may take all the glory away from me being on Akron. Okay, let's keep rolling here. Samaje Perine led the ground attack with 7 carries for 48 yards. As a team, they rushed 21 times for 139 yards. Despite the return of Sam Hubbard, they couldn't get any pressure on Roethlisberger. And, Geno Atkins is hurt, and Carlos Dunlap obviously is a mess. So I don't hate – say what, Bebsie?
Carlos Dunlap is gone.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But obviously he's a mess because he couldn't pass the physical when he got signed. Oh, no, did he pass the physical? Sorry.
Yeah, he passed the
physical with Seattle.
It was Tack McKinley that didn't pass the
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Cornerback Mackenzie Alexander was lost to a concussion. They need him. LaShawn Sims, they're missing LaShawn Sims. Is that how weak their secondary is? LaShawn Sims remains questionable. Offensive tackle Bobby Hart, Atkins remain questionable. Washington coming off a 30-27 loss to Detroit. This Bengals-Washington game is going to be a lot of fun to watch. And I know it's crazy saying that, but I'm looking forward to seeing –
crazy. It just sounds like saying those words sound crazy, but I'm completely with you on this.
Right, because I'd like to see Burrow bounce back. And we all saw what Alex Smith did last week in the second half. And even in the first half, he was unlucky. First start in 2 years, he goes 38 for 55 for 390 yards. That's not really the Alex Smith I remember, Bebsie. And one of the things I said on the show was that I only want the first half – this one on the Sunday show, I only want the first half under because if he's down in the second half, he's going to start airing it out. And it's something he didn't do before he had to sit with his leg up in the air for a year and question everything in life. They drove into the Lions' territory 4 times in the first half, field goal, punt, missed field goal, and McLaren's fumble. In the second half, they produce long drives, really impressive long drives against the weak Lions defense, yes. McLaren led receivers, 7 catches for 95 yards. Gibson led the ground attack with 13 carries for 45 yards, 2 TDs. Wide receiver Dontrell Inman, hamstring injury. Offensive tackle John Christian, knee, were both inactive. They're both inactive, and they're both listed as questionable. Linebacker Jared Norris is questionable. And then their safety, DeShazer Everett, ankle injury. Offensive tackle Cornelius Lucas, ankle injury. They were both hurt during the game, and they're questionable to go this week. Bebsie, Bengals, Washington 1-point favorites, and I don't know what to do with this game. I don't know what to do with this game. I'm interested in both these teams, and I don't know what to do with it. You have a plan?
I do, and this has to do with I've been texting you this for the last couple of weeks, and it's been frustrating me. But I have not been trusting my gut in the last 2 weeks. And this week, my gut says the almost lock comeback player of the year, Alex Smith, gets his first win back this year. Look, I like the way he's playing. I like their defensive line, which I've been quite vocal about all this year. I like Washington in this spot. Joe Burrow has taken a lot of hits this year. Even coming off the bye, he's starting to look a little bit like a guy who's had the shit knocked out of him for half an NFL season. There is a rookie wall. That's a real thing. And when you're a quarterback that gets picked number 1 overall and you get hammered for the first half of the season, it starts to catch up with you. His receivers aren't balling out the way they should. Their running game is abysmal. A week off did not get that offensive line in order. Their defense is a mess. To me, this is Alex Smith time. Alex Smith, yes, Mark Uncaffer. Team is playing hard for Alex Smith right now. They are behind that man. They have not been behind their other quarterbacks. There's a connection with Alex Smith and Terry McLaurin. My gut says Washington, and I am on the Washington football team right now.
Are you going to make a move?
Yes.
On the Washington.
Yes, Jimmy. Yes.
Okay. Now, does this have anything to do with you having the Bengals last week and watching them fall apart?
No, I'm not like that. I am not. Okay. This is not a recency bias situation. This is me. I thought the Bengals would play tougher against a divisional opponent. I'm upset that they didn't. But look, what I've been seeing trending for that team did happen against the Steelers. And look, they came at Joe Burrow with pressure, and Washington's going to do the exact same thing. We know Washington can dial up pressure. We know that Chase Young is going to be looking at his old Ohio teammate and coming after him.
We have guys in the chat on opposite spots. Kai Tate, says Burrow can make things happen even with a crappy line. It's funny you mentioned this. You're making a move, and my palms just started leaking. Dennis Garcia says, take Alex Smith completions over. That might be a brilliant look, Dennis. I'm going to pop that. I've got your numbers here on the screen. I'm just going to pop this into my notes here that Dennis Garcia, Alex Smith is he's living like it's the last day on earth, and I love it. I love the way he's throwing the ball. I mean, imagine if he had done this years ago.
Well, he was doing it the last time he was a starter with the Chiefs. He had a great season with the Chiefs before Mahomes came in.
Great season, but this guy was throwing the ball all over the field. Like, even in a great season with the Chiefs, he was still very conservative and check down.
I don't know about that. I think you should go back and watch some of them games, Jimmy.
Your voice got pretty high there, Bebsie.
Yeah, because I'm just trying to be nice here, man. You got to go back and watch some of those games. Alex Smith put it up that year.
Okay. I can give you a -1.5, a -109 from Bet America.
Yeah. Give me that.
Washington -1.5 and -109 at Bet America. And I find this an extremely exciting bet that I want to take some time with and think about. I'm not going to make any move here, but I'm very excited about your look. What do you think of this total? Open at 46 now, 46.5.
To me, again, this total, I'm going to watch it. I think over here. I do think both of these teams end up putting the ball up in this one, but I mean it's pretty tough to bet an over right now with how the Bengals played last week. So I'm going to stick off that for now.
All right. Very interesting breakdown. Bengals, Washington, and we move on. And also noted Dennis Garcia, take Alex Smith completions over.